Hey guys, welcome back to the Spotlight Watch Review. Thanks so much for joining me as always. My name is Jim, and I'm going to be here with you for the next few minutes to discuss this really cool Nubeo release. This is the collaboration with Atari, the Console 2600 Asteroids watch. This was designed to celebrate the 45th anniversary of the classic arcade game Asteroids. It's not just a timepiece, it's a nostalgia machine, wearable art, and a conversation starter. If you're like me and you're Gen X, this is going to hit you right in the soft spot of your childhood. Let's get over a couple of quick specs first, and then we'll get into the watch specifics and put it on the wrist, play with the lume, and see all the good stuff that this is offering. First off, the movement. Japanese automatic 3-hand plus date, which is how they word it on the Nubeo website. Unfortunately, they're not giving you all the information like they need to. It is a Seiko NH35, which if you look in the user manual, there are references to the NH35 in there. And you can see that through the exhibition case back here that has the artwork on the rotor. Very cool customization. I really enjoyed that. The case is all solid 316L stainless steel, and it is small for a Nubeo product. For those of you that remember, I reviewed a Nubeo just recently that was 50 millimeters. There are a lot that are 48, 50 millimeters in size, and while that pushes a lot of people away from the brand, and unfortunately that includes myself, there are certain watches they make that I think are super cool, but they're just too big for what I want to personally wear. This one, being only 42 millimeters, is a fantastic size. Now that is 15 millimeters thick, and from lug end to lug end on a predominantly flat watch, it's 45 millimeters. So you do not need a big wrist to carry this off. You just need to be a big child. Now, the crystal on here is an AR-coated mineral crystal. It's faceted on the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock sides. And honestly, for this kind of watch, that's exactly what it needed. It did not need sapphire. But for those that are sapphire snobs, I know you're going to be disappointed. I totally get that. The luminescence on the dial here is done in Swiss New Light, and a pretty good application of it as well. And I love all the different colors that they chose to use.
It's a nostalgia cash grab. It's just predictable fan service.
Well, I'm Gen X, so what do you expect? I'm just about as excited as I can possibly get. But this one's taking me back to the past, reaching to my childhood, look down at my wrist and smile, because it makes me feel good. Asteroids replicated on my dial. Gotta buy one quick, only 100
let's talk about how this feels. And honestly, this is the most important part. Being 42 millimeters square with the 45 millimeter lug to lug means it's going to fit very, very comfortably on a large variety of wrists. You could have a 6-inch wrist. And okay, on a 6-inch wrist, this is going to look big. 6.5-inch wrist, 6 3/4, 7. This is just going to look perfect on your wrist. I think it's wonderfully manageable. It fits, it feels, I should say, it feels nice and comfortable on the wrist as well. And I was a bit worried about the legibility because once you start getting really crazy with your crystals and doing crazy domes and crazy facets, it a lot of times gets in the way of actually reading the time. And this one, it doesn't. No issues whatsoever. It does get distorted at the very outer edges, but that's not where you're reading the time anyway, so it's okay. Now, another thing I like about this is they went with an automatic movement, so it's not a toy. It's a real mechanical automatic movement. No friggin' battery cosplay here. The brand listed as Japanese automatic with date, and then in the manual, you see NH35 constantly referenced. So, yeah, it's an NH35 movement, which is great. It hacks, it manually winds, it's easy to service. It's a very, very reliable and robust movement. It may not be the most accurate, but it is very, very tough, and it can be tuned to be really, really accurate. It's basically the Toyota 2JZ of entry level automatic movements. It's bulletproof and beloved. Everybody kind of knows what it is. And that's where we're at on the movement. And again, on the wrist, this is just great. However, Nubeo really needs to make a longer strap for this. I'm on the next to the last hole, which means I'm not even able to use the second keeper that's on here because the strap won't make it around to it. So that's something Nubeo can keep in mind, especially for a brand that makes predominantly oversized watches. You would think that they would have a longer strap on this. It's kind of crazy. Okay, we touched on the water resistance a little bit. Honestly, the way you look at it is it's water resistance for your daily life, not for laps. You've got 50 meters, 5 atmospheres. So it's okay if it's on your wrist when you're washing your hands or something, or you get caught out in the rain on your way out to the car, but it's not made for swimming. It's not made for taking really underwater for any reason at all, ever. I love the applied indices on the dial, the exaggerated 12, 3, 6, and 9, the asteroids going around in a random pattern around the dial. Truly cool. And it nails the theme without feeling cheap. The joystick crown, the spaceship seconds, the caseback art, or I should say the rotor art through the see-through caseback. It's all cohesive. It all works together very well. Another feature that I really, really enjoy that they added was the Atari logo actually engraved into the bezel and filling it with lume. I thought that was a really, really nice touch. To me, this is wearable fun. This is not a serious watch. This is not the one that you're going to run out and buy because it completes you. This is going to be the one that kind of tickles you a little bit and reminds you of your childhood, reminds you of that feeling when you were growing up and playing with the Atari games and how much the world has changed since then. Things truly were simpler back then. And God, it really makes me sound old to say shit like that. But yeah, times were definitely simpler back then. You couldn't pause a game. If you had to get up and pee, you came back to a dead character on your game or whatever, because that was it. The game kept going without you. There was nothing you could do except hand off your controller to somebody else and have them play for you. If you were hungry, didn't matter. You were skipping a meal because you were going to complete that level or you were going to finish that game. And there was a certain degree of dedication that went with that was lost after Nintendo came out. When you were playing Super Mario Brothers and you could push a button and pause it, dude, that was a life-changing event. Anyway, this thing to me is pure dopamine for retro gaming adults who like their nostalgia mechanical instead of microchipped. It's bold. I think it's going to be a nice collectible. And most importantly, it's actually functional and wearable. I've worn this for weeks. I've been enjoying the living hell out of it. It's comfortable, it's lightweight, it's very legible, very easy to read the time at a glance. There's nothing about it, honestly, that I don't like. So here's what you do: get one for yourself. When it arrives, do yourself a special unboxing. Lock yourself in a room away from anybody that's going to judge you. Pop on some Def Leppard, Journey, or Night Ranger, and flip on a black light. Now open it up and try not to break a hip, you old bastard. You might need to try an extra Flintstone chewable to give you the required energy to express the excitement you're going to feel when you pop this thing out. And then end the experience with some Twisted Sister and a Marlboro Red while you stare at your Samantha Fox poster on your wood paneled wall. And if that wasn't enough of a geriatric antique look into your life, I don't know what to tell you. Everything is retro, and I am loving the hell out of it. I am a sucker for 1980s, 1970s retro, 1990s also. I am a sucker for it. I'm always here for it. And as long as I can afford it, I'll keep buying stuff that reminds me of those times. So that's where I land on this. And that's what pulled me into getting this. I saw it and went, Asteroids may not have been my favorite game back then, but I did enjoy it. I do remember playing it, and I think it's a cool display on a watch, and it's going to make for a major conversation piece when you're wearing this out in public. Now, I think it's time to get to a straight up lume shot so that you can enjoy the lume and see what it looks like in the dark. Yes, of course, I know I did that partially during the unboxing at the beginning of the video, but I really do want you to see it on its own, and hopefully you're as impressed as I am. You ready? Here we go. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I think it's probably a good time to go ahead and unhack the movement and let that spaceship spin around. How friggin' cool is that, man? Yep, I really, really, really enjoy this watch for the fun of it. Don't take it seriously. Don't worry that the lume doesn't last throughout the night. Don't worry the fact that the lume is really going to actually disappear within 10 minutes. It's just for fun, man. You're going to wear it for fun. You're going to enjoy every time you look down at it. And it might put a smile on your face. And if that's something that you really need right now, so, all the stuff that's going on in the country and in the world, I think we need something that just does nothing but put a smile on our face. Doesn't need to be anything more than that. And that's the beauty of this watch. Thank you guys for joining me as always, and I'll see you on the next video.